YouTuber Dan Allen Gaming accidentally exposes himself as leaker. Confesses breaking NDAs for clout. So let's just check this out. It's just a little bit of drama. A little bit of drama. Figured, yeah, why not? Why not? See what he did. See what this dude did. I don't know anything about this guy, Dan Allen Gaming, but I know that he exposed himself now. So let's see what happened.
So it kind of sucks that I have to make this video because the subject of today's story, I spoke to him not long ago on his YouTube channel, Dan Allen Gaming. He invited me over for an interview about my voiceover career, my YouTube career, and I thought we had a really nice chat. So to see the headlines surrounding what Dan Allen did was definitely disappointing. So here's what you need to know about this YouTuber who was outed as an insider who has been leaking stuff, information that was trusted to him with NDAs and embargoes that he decided to, violate for clout. And, he essentially started this alternate account called The Real Insider, through which he, anonymously leaked information that was entrusted to him through the Dan Allen Gaming platform. So it all began when Dan Allen made the grave mistake of not switching to his other account, The Real Insider. Instead of responding as The Real Insider, you can see he responded using his Dan Allen Gaming account. No, someone else, he tweeted, and shortly after, the tweet was deleted with Dan Allen realizing his mistake.
Ooh! The grave mistake! Oh! Didn't switch the account. Why? Why, Dan Allen? Why did you not switch the account? If you had only switched the account, you wouldn't be in this predicament. Nah, I really don't care. I really don't care what happens to him. You're leaking stuff. Stuff that was trusted with you. It's kind of your own fault that you did this.
But it was too late. You can see right here, the Real Insider account is now deleted because the jig's up, and people pointed out, forgot to change account, and that's when people began to connect the dots. Wait a minute, is the Real Insider Dan Allen Gaming? It wasn't long before the games industry caught on. Here's Marcel Hatton, the brand manager, who noticed this tweet and warned everyone, this might be very relevant for my PC and marketing friends and peers. There seems to be a suspicion that Dan Allen Gaming may have been behind a recent anonymous leaker account sharing NDA information. Might be interesting to...
Dang! They caught on fast. They caught on fast.
Cross-reference with any recent leaks. It didn't take long before various news outlets began to report on this, like news outlet, ironically titled Insider Gaming, reporting on...
You know what? Now that I see his face, I think I have seen Dan Allen Gaming before. He looks very familiar.
The Real Insider. In a bizarre twist, YouTuber Dan Allen Gaming is apparently the Real Insider following a huge mistake. In the article, it is detailed how he forgot to change his account to the Real Insider when he responded to a Real Insider inquiry. At Dan Allen Gaming on Twitter has also been deleted. That tends to be as good as a confession. If you were innocent, you'd face the accusations head on.
Dang, yeah, he got caught and he's just like, I'm out. I don't want to deal with lawsuits and all that craziness. I am out.
If you know you've been got, then yeah, you'll take defensive measures, and that's what Dan Allen Gaming did by deleting the account.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if you break NDAs, especially if you broke multiple NDAs, these companies can go after him. I mean, that's what the NDA means. It's like, hey, I'm agreeing that I will not share any of this information. I'm agreeing with this company. I'm putting my name on the dotted line saying I will keep your info safe until you're ready to share it with the world, or maybe you never share it. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they can go after him legally for that.
And it quickly dawned on the games industry that the apparent mistake from Dan has meant that he's very likely been caught breaking NDA information that has been signed. The Real Insider became increasingly popular following a leak that revealed all of the Assassin's Creed titles. The Real Insider is no longer a Twitter account that you can access, but using Wayback Machine, you can actually take a look at some of the most recent tweets. On September 6th, The Real Insider tweeted the titles of upcoming Assassin's Creed projects correctly before they were announced by Ubisoft through their stream: Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLC, Assassin's Creed Codename Red, Assassin's Creed Codename Jade, Assassin's Creed Codename Hex, and finally Assassin's Creed Mirage. We know now, of course, that these leaks proved to be 100% accurate, and I believe the way he got a hold of this information is through an invitation that Ubisoft sent out to various media outlets and content creators. I actually got this invitation to essentially watch a preview of what they'll show at the Ubisoft stream, and I couldn't attend. I was just not available for when that was going to take place, so I didn't attend that. But it seems likely that Dan Allen got the invitation, he tuned in, took notes on all of that information, and then, you know, decided to break.
This is Dan Allen gaming in the moment. Ubisoft. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll watch your little video. Sure. Yeah, no problem. I'll watch your video, sure. And then, whoops, tweet. There you go.
Break NDA, decided to break the trust that the developers placed on him by inviting him to this preview event that was confidential. Also relevant are some of these tweets down here, like Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid Remake, and David Hayter Knows, that seemed to hint that he knew something about an upcoming Silent Hill project or an upcoming Metal Gear Solid Remake project. This will become more relevant later in the video, but scrolling back up, you'll find tweets like this one, Codename Red, with a partial image of art of Assassin's Creed Red, which we now know takes place in Japan, which is exactly what The Real Insider was hinting at here. And as we keep scrolling up, you can see that, yeah, The Real Insider continued to leak stuff and continued to break NDA and kind of started stuff with media outlets and whatnot, with Jason Schreier, for example, who believed that the Assassin's Creed leaks that The Real Insider leaked were fake before he realized, wait, you're right, I also heard through the grapevine that the leak might be real. But even when Jason apologized and admitted he was wrong about this one and corrected himself, The Real Insider decided to make a whole song and dance about this and tweeted, "Never forget." He just kind of started provoking media outlets and journalists, and that would come to bite him in.
Oh, so I see what's happening here. Dan Allen Gaming became proud. He became proud and cocky about his leak account. I'm the guy who knows. Who are you to question me? I'm the guy who knows. And so he's trying to drag people through the mud, like, how dare you question me? Suffer my, I don't know, public humiliation of you. He got proud, he got cocky, and the bigger they are, the harder they fall. All right.
In the butt, that I'll get to in a bit as well. He leaked the fact that media outlets and content creators were invited to a hands-on event for Forspoken, which did indeed happen. I was invited myself.
Thank you, YouTube, for the ads.
And I shared my impressions on the game. So on and so forth, just continued on this streak. He pretended to know God of War information by tweeting Kratos with a smile as if he had insider knowledge about an upcoming state of play, so on and so forth. Yeah, this is kind of the Twitter setup he went for with this enigmatic Twitter account that would serve as the match that would lead to his undoing. Dan Allen Gaming eventually realized that the jig was up. There was no way he could slip out of this one, and confessed by tweeting the following image where he said, "I'm sorry to everyone for my actions. I'm ashamed and disappointed in myself. I'll be taking some time to reflect on my poor decisions, which will never occur again. To everyone that has supported me over the years, I'm truly sorry I let you down." Now,
dang. What is up with the, like, influencer slash streamer drama lately? It is strong. Slicker, the Twitch streamer, scamming all of his viewers out of money and other Twitch streamers. And then now, Dan Allen Gaming. Dan Allen Gaming. Leaking video game info and then acting like he's the boss about it. And then just falling so hard when he gets caught. Wow.
people immediately criticize the fact that in this confession, he doesn't actually confess to what exactly he did. He just kind of vaguely says, "I'm sorry." And there are also plenty of reactions along the lines of, "You're not sorry for what you..."
That's probably, like, if he's trying to cover himself, I don't know. It probably would have been better just to deny it if he was trying to cover himself. But in a way, if he wants to both apologize to his viewers and cover himself, it's probably a good thing that he was more vague, because I think the vagueness makes it so the tweet can't be used against him, maybe in like in like a court case over these NDAs, because he didn't specifically say, "Yes, I leaked information on these video games." He just said, "I'm sorry." And so the viewers know what he's talking about, and so they get their apology, but then it can't really be used against him. Or, I mean, I guess it could be, but it's really a stretch. So, I don't know.
You did, you're sorry that you got caught. This confession doesn't come from you realizing that what you were doing was wrong and you deciding to come forward yourself. This was triggered by the fact that you got caught, and you probably would have continued on this role of breaking NDAs and abusing the trust of developers for clout had you not gotten caught. So for many, the apology came off as a bit empty. On Reset Air, you'll find a thread that chronicles this whole situation. I've already talked about all of this, but there is this other Twitter user who noted how Jason Schreier, who you may recall that Dan Allen as the real insider decided to provoke, Jason Schreier decided to kind of look into this, and there are plenty of screenshots of him highlighting some interesting coincidences that further link Dan Allen Gaming to the real insider. So right here we have Jason Schreier noting that if this is legit, and looking through both accounts, they sure seem to tweet about the same games around the same time, it would explain how this real insider knew the Assassin's Creed codenames. He broke the embargo himself. He didn't get this information through sources who decided to leak information to him. He was the direct recipient of this information.
Thank you, Ubisoft, for this wonderful information. Here you go, world. That was Dan Allen Gaming.
Ubisoft, trusting that with a signed NDA that he wouldn't disclose this information, gave him a sneak peek of upcoming Assassin's Creed announcements that Dan Allen then decided to leak, breaking the embargo and the trust that was placed on him. Jason continued to highlight similarities between Dan Allen Gaming's tweets and the real insider tweets. Both of them tweeted about Saints Row right around the same time. He noted right here how Dan Allen tweeted about Metal Hellsinger before the real insider leaked the entire track list. Not to mention that Dan Allen Gaming has the entire track of Metal Hellsinger on his YouTube channel, and that coincides with how the real insider knew about the full track list before everyone else did, or leaked the full track list before that information was made public outside of NDAs and embargoes.
So he was kind of screwing himself before everyone realized it. That's hilarious. Like, he was setting up his own paper trail. Oh my gosh. So he's basically just an idiot. He's basically just an idiot. Wow.
Jason Schreier further highlighted how, in addition to the tweets and videos about the same topics at around the same time, the two accounts also have very similar writing patterns, including the capitalization of random words. Jason Schreier also admitted that part of why he's going so hard on exposing Dan Allen Gaming as the real insider is because, well, normally I wouldn't care about who's pretending to be what insider, but the guy decided to start shit. The lesson being that if you've actually done something wrong and it's something that can be investigated, don't provoke an investigative journalist. That's that.
Yeah. I think he picked a bone with the wrong guy. This guy. Oh, really? You want to be like this? Okay, well, I'm gonna tear you down when you expose yourself. Dang.
That's not going to end well for you. Jason Schreier further explained how he thought that the real insiders leaks were fake because Assassin's Creed Hex was once upon a time known as Assassin's Creed Neo before it was changed to Hex. He did say, "My bad, you're right, my apologies." He did confess he was wrong when he said the leaks were fake, but the real insider decided to start shit by saying never forget and like highlighting how wrong Jason Schreier was. And so to a degree, this is, I guess, Jason Schreier's retribution. Now, it's not just Jason Schreier who did some investigating. Here is Twitter user The Man, and I don't know if these screenshots were...
Let me read some of this. I want to read some of this real quick. Dude, you're not even sorry. You tried to lie about it and cover it up when you first got exposed. You're only sorry because you got caught lying, and your relationship with the gaming industry is absolutely done for. Let me see if I can zoom. Oh, I should be... Sorry. It should have been full screen this whole time. Okay, I don't know what to do. I will get in serious trouble for no reason. This is really stressing me out now. Please do not spread false rumors about me. This could affect my livelihood. Livelihood. I am not the insider. I have never broken an embargo in my life. Then stay up, haha. Go to bed. It's Suikoden. Okay. Interesting.
Taken by him or if they're secondhand, but either way, the information is relevant. Dude, you're not even sorry, says The Man. You tried to lie about it and cover it up when you first got exposed. You're only sorry because you got caught lying and your relationship with the gaming industry is absolutely done for. And checking out these screenshots, you can see how implicating they are. Dan Allen Gaming right here is pretending that I don't know what to do. I'll get in serious trouble for no reason. This is really stressing me out. Please do not spread false rumors about me. This could affect my livelihood. I'm not the insider.
Yeah. I mean, does anyone else feel like when you defend yourself so harshly, it almost implicates you more? Does anyone else feel that way? Like, seriously. You're sitting there. You're 100% innocent. You should be stress-free. Like, yeah, I didn't do this. I can prove that easily. No problem. But instead, he's like, I don't know what to do. I'll get in serious trouble for no reason. This is really stressing me out now. Oh, please do not spread false rumors about me. This could affect my livelihood. Livelihood, idiot. I am not the insider. I've never broken an embargo in my life. Yeah. Definitely a bit more implicating.
He insisted initially, I have never broken an embargo in my life, so on and so forth. Even on Twitter, he decided to kind of play coy initially by saying, please do not spread false accusations about me. Cheers. And so that just makes his initial text apology look that much emptier.
Yeah.
And yeah, since all of that kind of transpired, a number of media outlets have picked up on the story, like Kotaku here, who also highlighted the difference between, you know, a journalist who investigates for the sake of providing audiences relevant information that could be of public interest versus just deciding to break.
Right. There's a difference between information that is available or that companies decide to legitimately share with you.
Know the difference. Feed them differently. Pedigree.
Wait, hold on.
You see, we edit a lot of videos
Hold on.
every day, so we don't get much time to answer emails or write long
NDA to...
Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, there's definitely a difference between a company that decides to legitimately share information with you. Like, if you are willing to dig in and like basically crack at the corners of that company, like, okay, who's willing to share, who's willing to, well, even like you said, yeah, if you find someone who's willing to leak to you, that's different because you're not the source, right? So if you're willing to dig and find that person that's willing to share information, I mean, that's investigative journalism right there. Like, you're willing to go out see who has the info and who's willing to share it. It's very different from you being the person who was directly given the info, like, and you signed a contract. That's what an NDA is. It's a contract between you and the company saying, hey, I realize you're giving me like secret, not public information that you do not want me to share, and I agree that and acknowledge, like, I'm fully aware that this is public, or this is secret, it is not public, and that you do not want me to share, and I agree, I will not share. Like, and then you go and share it to the world like a complete idiot. Yeah, big difference there.
Break the trust that developers place in you with confidential information for the sake of clout. There is a difference between when a journalist uncovers information they consider to be of public interest and presents it to the world,
right,
and when a person agrees to an embargo, an NDA, and a company shares information under the assumption that the details won't be disclosed until a specified date and time.
Right,
There's certainly
right.
a difference between uncovering information like a company rife with a culture of abuse, misconduct, harassment, and discrimination, and letting the public know for the sake of bettering the games industry, versus being entrusted with information for the sake of potential future coverage of a game and deciding to ruin all that for the developers who worked hard on presenting their game right by leaking information in a way that wasn't meant to be presented by the developers.
Right.
And within those leaks that are more for clout, there is a difference between obtaining that information from sources and you not having signed NDAs versus you being the direct recipient of that information through the signing of an NDA, which can get you in legal trouble. If gaming
Right.
companies decide that Dan Allen Gaming has done enough damage to them, Dan Allen Gaming may very well get sued to hell. And yeah, the evidence is pretty incriminating against him. He wouldn't.
I mean, in my opinion, with, like, it wasn't one time. It wasn't even one game. Because if you look at that Assassin's Creed tweet, it was like 5 games. It was multiple times. Like, going down the list of just multiple different games. In my opinion, these companies would be completely justified in going after him legally. And I feel he deserves it for his actions. Like, there should definitely be consequences to our actions. Myself included. If I do something stupid, I should have a consequence. And this guy definitely did something stupid here.
Have a strong case if that were to take place. And Ubisoft, I mean, they certainly weren't happy about the way Assassin's Creed titles and surprises were leaked, so who knows what actions they'll take. Now, after all this went down on September 19th, the following day on September 20th, Dan Allen did publish a more proper apology where he just said, I'm sorry, and, you know, judging from the likes to dislikes ratio, it seems as though Dan Allen Gaming has a lot of work to do before he can win back the trust of his fans. In terms of the games industry's trust in him, I don't think he's ever getting that back. I don't think any
Yeah, no one's ever going to give him, like, a preview of their games ever again.
company will ever trust him with any confidential information ever again.
Nope.
There's also a channel that does a lot of interviews with you know, voice actors and industry folks. I don't know how many of those folks would feel comfortable returning to his channel to do interviews.
Yeah, because then they're associated with the guy who broke NDAs. So if they go for an interview at the next place, it's going to be like, oh, hey, and how was that interview with Dan Allen Gaming? The guy who broke all those NDAs. Why'd you go and talk to him? It's like, yeah, it's just, it leaves a stain everywhere, unfortunately.
I mean, who knows what the future holds, but, you know, for now, all we know is that Dan Allen Gaming did publish this apology, this video, which is 5.5 minutes long. And the footnotes of what he conveyed in this video is that he admitted to creating the alternate account, The Real Insider. He admitted to leaking.
We got to watch this apology video after this. I'm so curious. We're gonna watch it.
information he got through NDAs, like the Assassin's Creed titles that he put out there through this alternate account pretending to be somebody else. He admitted to posting tweets like the Metal Gear Solid remake and Silent Hill tweets just to generate false hype. He actually has no tangible information on that front. And reflecting on my interview with Dan Allen Gaming, he did try to ask me about if I knew insider information about an upcoming Metal Gear Solid remake. Yeah.
Have you heard anything about that remake behind the scenes? Because I've heard it's in development and it's pretty close, but I don't know what you've heard.
And, you know, after discovering all of this about him, I have to question whether he was just shooting the shit or whether, you know, he had ulterior motives. It's hard to say. You know, it's hard to, you know, trust someone when this is how...
Just right there on an interview or like a shared call or whatever. Hey, you got any secret info? Give it to me. What? Dang, man. He's pretty bold.
They comport themselves, you know? So I don't know what to say on that front. It just makes you think, you know? And he also admitted that half of his tweets hinting at potential upcoming leaks or potential upcoming announcements, there were more educated guesses than anything else instead of, you know, actual confirmed insider information. He also confessed that the reason he decided to do all this is for clout and buzz, because he became addicted to the attention of thousands. He does say in the video that he knows it's pathetic and that it was stupid and that he's taken for granted the access that he's gained through the hard work that he did on his channel. That's what what especially gets me about this. The man clearly worked very hard to establish his channel, to get it where it's at now, and to throw all that away for clout that he already has, given the repertoire of guests that he has under his...
Yeah, he was already big. Like, I mean, what was it? It was like, well, hold on a second. We can go check this. We can check this right now. Dan Allen Gaming. $189,000 subscribers. So let's be generous and round it up to 200K, right? That's not a small number. And wait. Let's just go back real quick. Let's look at his like most popular videos. Okay, so he's had multiple videos over 1 million views, and then just tons and tons over 100,000 views, right? Like tons of them. Okay. So this guy, he was doing well. Like, he was doing really well. And he ruined it. He absolutely smacked down his channel. I mean, possibly his whole career, you know?
His umbrella. I mean, the kinds of interviews that he got to do, you know, few people get to do those. I don't know how much more clout you can ask for. He says in the video that, you know, he makes no excuses. It's his responsibility. It's 100% his fault, and he apologized to his fans for disappointing them, for letting them down. He apologized to PR companies and developers who trusted him with confidential information, who assumed that, you know, he would abide by some embargoes for access to information that he can then talk about however he wants. To journalists and media outlets, he apologized as well for, you know, starting shit with them, like with you know, Jason Schreier and whatnot. And he also especially apologized to content creators for making their lives harder than it already is. And that's a big part of why I'm making this video, because...
Yeah, this might affect everyone now. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you look at the Slicker situation on Twitch, like, Slicker ruined gambling streams on Twitch for everyone who did that. And I'm not saying that I support gambling streams. It's quite the opposite. I'm totally okay with it going away. The idea of gambling on streams itself, I'm okay with going away, but it's going to affect tons of streamers. So it's the same here, or it could be potentially the same here with Dan Allen Gaming. He may have just made, like, you know, early access and like previews and stuff like that way harder for every every gaming channel out there now. Like they're gonna want to vet people more, or they're gonna want to, like, maybe they'll have certain limitations now, like, oh, you have to have at least 1 million subscribers, or oh, you have to have had your channel for at least this long, you know, before we'll trust you, or something like that. Like, it may be a lot harder now for people to participate in this early access type stuff.
Dan Allen Gaming's actions do affect all of us, because we already, as, you know, influencers, as we're known, or content creators, whatever label companies want to give us, we already have a hard time getting access to things. We have to work that much harder, whereas media outlets by default get access to exclusive information, exclusive behind-the-scenes looks, exclusive previews, and the like. And so for Dan Allen Gaming to do something like this, to get himself exposed, it gives all of us influencers and content creators a bad rap, because
when you're running the emulator on here, because you've got those kind of small set of instructions, people actually,
like
if they're coding against this, they can actually learn about those instructions.
Yeah, so
we're treated as a separate category from traditional media. We, again, have to work harder to earn the trust of companies, to gain access to preview content that will allow us to talk about games before a game launches. That way we can provide you with information before the launch day comes, when you have to make that decision of, do I buy this or do I save my money? And now with this whole Dan Allen Gaming situation, there is the possibility that all of us content creators will be negatively impacted, because companies might become more distrustful of content creators in general because of the actions of one man who decided to poison the whole well. Hopefully developers who have been following this story will...
I'm hoping that, I don't know, I'm hoping that he gets legal action, like that he actually gets in trouble, and maybe other content creators won't be affected so harshly, because, you know, maybe with Dan Allen Gaming as the example, the public example, you know, they, like, these developers will feel comfortable because they know there's an example out there for people not to do it again. That's my hope.
Realize that the majority of us aren't like this. I have never broken an NDA. That's something that I do respect, you know, both for the developers and because, you know, when I sign a contract, you know, I make the conscious decision, understanding the conditions, and, you know, I look at that contract, make sure that it's reasonable, and I sign it and I uphold it because, you know, I'm a man of my word. And it's through NDAs and embargoes that we find a place to meet in the middle with developers, so we can, you know, talk about their games and give you access to early information so you can have more information before you make what I hope is an informed decision on a game purchase. And so it's just frustrating when someone as privileged as Dan Allen goes out like this and decides to make life harder for all of us, and not just even content creators and influencers or whatever. I'm also talking about the developers themselves. I have a deep respect for, you know, the ground floor developers, the passionate artists who, you know...
Seriously, these guys work so hard on these games, and they want to have a, like, they want to do it right. They want to have a surprise release to the masses. Like, obviously, there's this small group of individuals who get to see stuff before, but to the masses, they want to have a proper release. They want to do things right. They want to surprise people. They want people to be excited. They don't want people finding out with leaks where it wasn't done with, like, the cool trailer and, like, you know, an exec, or, you know, maybe like the lead developer coming out and getting to talk about all the best aspects of the game, you know, from the developer standpoint, where they can talk to you about details. Like, it just gets ruined. Like, oh, hey, by the way, there's these games that are coming out. It's like, oh, okay, thanks, guys. We were going to show you, but whatever, you know. It sucks for the developers, too.
Are there pouring, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, just working their asses off on a game.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel for them when, you know, an exciting reveal gets ruined by a leaker who was just chasing Clout and not actually trying to provide information that was vital for audiences to know before that information was made public. This whole situation just sucks for everyone, and it certainly especially sucks for Dan Allen Gaming. I don't know what the future holds for him, his channel, his career. Will he be able to come back from this? I don't know.
It's looking pretty grim. Let's put it that way. It's looking pretty grim.
No, but trust is certainly something that's going to be very difficult for him to win back. He does say in the video that he's stepping away from YouTube for a bit and just taking some time to reflect, to learn, to become a better person, and promise that this will never happen again. I'm not one to like glorify the downfall of someone or something. I'm more in the lane of when someone does something wrong, I hope they find a way to rehabilitate, to kind of course correct and get on a better road and walk.
I guess I can adjust my my hopes for this guy as well. Like, if there is no legal action, I really hope that he, you know, actually turns it around. You know, like, he really built something up, so that does suck to just have it torn down in a day, kind of thing. Like, I do believe in second chances. You know, people should be able to prove themselves again. But if he did it again after that, man, burn the guy down.
Down that road instead. So, look, if all of this will ultimately help Dan Allen Gaming, you know, become a better person, to reflect and improve himself, then, you know, I certainly wish him the best on that front. But on a professional note, when it comes to his career and his place in the gaming industry, I don't know what avenues are going to be left open to him when he returns because of the amount of trust that he violated. You know, what he did here is very serious.
Right.
And, you know, it's not going to be something that's going to go away anytime soon. And as someone who is also a YouTuber who understands the amount of work and time investment and, you know, some of the sacrifices you have to make to really make it in YouTube, again, I really have to wonder what drives one to risk throwing all of that away and potentially, you know, harming those around him through the ripple effect that his negative actions will have. But, you know, I can't read his mind, and that's for him to work out. For now, this is kind of everything we know about this whole situation. For those who have...
That's crazy. Oh my gosh, Dan Allen Gaming, what were you thinking?